Hey guys, today we're going to talk about ER verbs. ER verbs are verbs or action words that end in ER. So some examples of these that you've already seen are jouer, to play, écouter, to listen, regarder, to watch, and aimer, to like. You'll notice that when we say ER, it sounds like E. And all of these verbs end in ER. What we call these verbs are infinitives. Infinitives. An infinitive is a verb that is not attached to a subject pronoun. So instead of saying he plays, she plays, we're just saying to play. It's the idea of the verb. It's the name of the verb. And when you look it up in the dictionary, this is the form of the verb that you'll find. In order to attach a verb to a subject or a subject pronoun, we have to conjugate the verb. That's what we call it when we take a verb and we attach it to a subject pronoun. So over here we have our infinitives, to play, to listen, in English. And over here we have our conjugated verbs. He plays, we listen. They're now attached to some subject pronouns, and you'll see that even in English, in some cases, we change the way that the word looks. That's called conjugating. So there are two steps in conjugating ER verbs in French. The first step is to find the stem. Find the stem. So in order to do that, all we do is take off the ER ending. So our first example here, jouer, we're going to take off the ER, and that gives us our stem, J-O-U. For écouter, the same thing. We take off the ER, and it gives us our stem, E accent aigu, C-O-U-T. That's our stem. And then for aimer, again, take off the ER, and we get A-E-M. These aren't full words, they're just a part of a word. They're what we call the stem. The second step in conjugating ER verbs in French is to add the appropriate ending. Add the ending. And you'll see down here we've got a chart, and each of our subject pronouns, je, tu, il, elle, on, nous, vous, il, and elle, has its own ending. So for je we have e, for tu we have es, for il we have e, for elle we have e, and on we have e. For nous we have ons, for vous we have ez, for il we have ent, and for elle ent. So if you look down at the bottom here, I've got two examples. If we wanted to say je and use the verb jouer, so we want to say I play. Jouer here is our infinitive, so we need to change it according to our two steps in order to conjugate it. So what I'll do is I'll take off the ER ending, and what I'm left with is je and then J-O-U. And then I'll go up here, I have je, so I'll find je up in our chart and find the appropriate ending, which is just the letter E. And I add that onto the end and I get je joue. Now I'm done. I've completed that conjugation. Je joue means I play. Our second example here, we have nous and aimer. So here we want to be able to combine these two words together to get an idea. Nous means we, aimer means to like. We want to be able to say we like. So our first step is to take off our ER ending. So we have nous, and then we have AIM. And then we'll find nous up here in the list. Find our ending that goes with nous. We get ONS. And there we go. Nous aimons. We like. So one of the things we'll do as we practice our French is we will conjugate out whole verbs. So we'll take a verb like jouer, to play, and we will conjugate it for each and every one of the subject pronouns. So as you'll notice here in brown, I've listed our subject pronouns: je, tu, il, elle, on, nous, vous, il, and elle. And I've already taken our step number 1, our stem. I've gone and taken jouer, and I've taken off the ER, and I found that I'm left with J-O-U. So I've gone ahead and I've put our stem after each and every one of our subject pronouns. The stem doesn't change for each one. It stays the same no matter what for our regular ER verbs. Now, all I have left is step number 2, which is to add the endings. So for je, my ending is the letter E, and I get je joue, I play. For tu, my ending is es, and I get tu joues, which means you play. For il, my ending is e, il joue, he plays. For elle, also e, elle joue, she plays. And then for on, my ending is also e, on joue, one plays. Up here for nous, our ending is ons, nous jouons, we play. For vous, our ending is e, z, and we get vous jouez, you play. For il, our ending is ent, and we get ils jouent, they play. And for elle, we also get ent for our ending. We have elles jouent, they play. You'll notice that these two last ones, the ent endings, are silent. Il joue, elle joue. So, I hope that helped you to understand how to conjugate ER verbs in the present tense. That means all of this is happening right now. If you have any questions, as always, please let me know.